Hello, welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin and I love doing NVIDIA. I actually love doing the videos on NVIDIA. And the reason why is because the trend has been so fantastic. It's been such a clean series of moves. The overall market has been generally happy with this, and it's kept the market satisfied with a bull market, at least underneath, even when people have gotten slightly bearish. So, myself included. Before we begin, this is not financial advice. If you are interested in anything that we have, please feel free to check out bootlegmacro.beehive.com and let's just jump into it. What I'd like to see here out of NVIDIA, especially recently, is that the price action has been relatively strong. Obviously, it has had some recent highs where you can see on the chart here going back 9 months, we did have a big high on the 24th. That was their earnings day when I think they hit like $500. But we haven't seen a closing high that has been above 500 yet. So we're still expecting that is going to come. The one thing that's interesting is that the price has kind of been a little choppy. I mean, in the past 4 days, we have seen one kind of like bigger down day, which it's not a big deal, but you haven't seen a lot of renewed strength in NVIDIA. Even today, we are now down on a 5-day rolling return, which is really interesting to see when you think about, again, the catalyst, the raised guidance, the forecast, all that kind of stuff that like fundamentally people would be interested in, I guess. I don't do fundamental analysis. It's just NVIDIA is one of those stocks that like you can't get away from seeing what they're talking about because it's headlines. These are, but the way that we can see it now is that potentially this is like stealthy setting up for like a nice base. Maybe this base from like the middle of July through here has been like essentially what we've been building. Everything above 400, or even more specifically, everything from like 470 to like 430. Like that base may be a really strong place for us to look at as a launching pad as we launch into this fall. I think like September, October, there's some great opportunity for some stuff. People are going to get excited. You see that we've got go longs in the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. We're bullish across the board in the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. I mean, we look at the longer term bullishness. We have been completely bullish since at least here. So the beginning of May, which has been a great signal. If we're going to go back and look at the rolling sentiment, we are getting a flip. So we are seeing a rising bull start to show up. We're seeing the 2-day and the 5-day and the 10-day all be above 52%. We're in the 60s on the 10-day rolling return. We are starting to move up. We've got a lot of room that we could still go up even higher. We did just get a buy signal. It looks like we've got multiple. It looks like we had 7 of the bull Q3, which is great. We got the buy signal at 471, which has been good. We've got a big bull and a small bull. Things look fantastic for NVIDIA. You want to just be respectful of where we are. Well, actually, if we want to look at anything right now, I'll probably look at the volatility is interesting because it's lower than you'd expect, but the correlation is falling. So again, the price is just kind of moving a little bit higher. We're going to see this reset. That's the thing that will be interesting is that volatility is always going to reset. So you don't know if it's going to be like this kind of small hill or if it's going to be like a massive like volatility expansion. You have no idea what it's going to be. You just have to hold on for the ride and just hope that it's lined up and synced up for the price. We look at the trade range. I am really interested in the daily trade range of NVIDIA. The reason why is because we are near, or at least higher up near the top. The top is at 492. I'd like to see the top of the range move. Like that's actually what I want to see. The way the range has been set up for the past few months, going all the way back to June, looks like we haven't had a top of the range over 500, not even once. I mean, that by itself is significant because I want it. The 500 level is an important psychological level for NVIDIA. But when we look at the weekly, which has to be taken into respect because now this move is the bull market. If you want to think about what the true bull market is in the United States, NVIDIA is definitely taking the place of Tesla. Like we just need more puff pieces about the CEO and just get him on CNBC more often. Let's start doing the conference calls and let's just start like, where's his plane? Like let's just make him the guy now because that will help the stock, at least in the eyes of like the bubble. We look at what we see though. I mean, we got to 460 last week. We got to 467. We really need to close. We need to close no matter what above 460, and no matter what, we need to eventually close above 470, like on a weekly, and that's what we need to get above. So I need to see the top of the range go above 500. I need to see a top of the range expand. So what I actually need, and now that I'm looking at the volatility and where it's set up, what I really need is a massive expansion in volatility. I need a massive expansion in volatility, and what I need is this to go incredibly negative really quickly and then start to flip up. I need it to be flipping up while the volatility is expanding massively. That would be the type of move that I would need to see inside of NVIDIA to get really excited going into the fall, and I think I can get it. Because right now the setup is there. Like the setup, it's a hypothetical completely. Again, entertainment, not financial advice, but like the setup is there potentially. And you look at daily ultra fast sentiment, I mean, we're at 55%. Like if you're going to tell me that that's actually bullish, that's not actually bullish. Now, if we want to look at the weekly has been massively bullish. And this actually is maybe the one thing that would make me be slightly bearish on NVIDIA is just this massive run that we've seen since. And let's be honest, this goes back to 11/11/2022. That's when the bullishness crossed above the 15-day moving average. It has not looked back until now. So we do want to be mindful of that, but it's NVIDIA. If you believe, you believe. Let a Tesla fanboy tell you the truth. He knows. He drives a Tesla because of those shares. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New Man newsletter. We give you 25 stocks to your inbox every single Sunday. Stocks between $5 and $20. Stocks breaking out to one-year highs. Stocks breaking out to all-time highs. Everything that you need to be looking at on a Sunday. But I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.